my approach to teaching wheel landings is really no different from 3-point.
Okay.
And once you've attained the skill level and the feel of the airplane and everything else, you should be able, as a kind of a fun exercise, you should be able to fly the approach and the round out exactly the same, either way, with the power idle, as if a glide.
Really?
And then at the point of the round out, which is the first part of the round out, is to arrest the sink to the runway.
Right.
As soon as you've done that, then as a game, as an instructor, I should be able to tell you wheels or 3-point. And you should be able to do either one.
Oh, okay.
So it's about, a lot of it, it's about energy management, which we talked about yesterday. Right? And a lot of that has to do with being relaxed enough to sense, you know, what's happening. The key to the wheel landing is it's intolerant of sink. You can't be sinking at the runway to do a wheel land. And this is why people carry extra speed when they're first learning it, or extra power to kind of flatten that out. But if we're managing the energy properly as we're coming down, right? So that the classic round out for 3-point, you would arrest the sink and set your landing attitude. Right? And so you're arresting the sink and you've got your landing attitude, which is that nose up attitude sitting on the ground. And your wheels are just above the runway. Once you've set this, now you're playing the game, don't let the wheels touch the ground. So you're working the stick back, maintaining directional control, all of those things. And in the perfect world, at the moment you run out of stick, the wheels have settled onto the runway. And the stick's all the way back.
In a 3-point.
In a 3-point. So in the wheel landing, what we would do is just a slight variation of that, right? So you're still going to arrest the sink. But instead of setting a 3-point landing attitude, you set something a little less than a 3-point attitude. Not level, but not 3-point, just slightly nose up, slightly, right? And so because we've arrested the sink, now we're kind of coasting down the runway. Right? And again, if our height judgment is good, the wheels are just a little bit above the ground. And then what we do, so you can kind of think of it like this with the stick airplane. We're coming in, we arrest the sink, and then we sort of check it. We stop. Where in the 3-point, we set the 3-point, and then we're continually working back. So we come in, we've arrested the sink, we have just a slight nose up attitude, we've checked it. And what I find myself doing now for the wheel landing, my feet are always doing something to keep straight. I find myself sort of idling, kind of like this.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm not really doing anything, but I've got some feedback that I'm kind of relaxed. I'm just idling, and I'm waiting. It's a patience game. Right? And I'm looking out here. I find that my vision. I sit in the back seat a lot, so but my vision comes in very close to the airplane. I'm still seeing out here, but that's fuzzier, right? Very close vision here. And I'm not anticipating the wheels touching the ground, but I'm sensing where am I to the ground, right? And I know that the wheels are going to settle on. And I've set, you know, obviously not a nose down attitude. I don't even like the level. I like just slightly nose up. You get a little bit of aerodynamic braking. And kind of thinking in terms of what part of the wheel do I want to contact the ground. Obviously not the way back part, not the front part, but somewhere along the bottom, right? And so I'm sitting there just sort of idling, working my feet, keep it straight. And as I feel the wheels touch, so this requires us to be really relaxed, doesn't it? As I feel the wheels roll on, it's basically just enough forward movement to keep the weight there. Because as the wheels touch, the tail's going to want to come down. And I just squeeze enough to stay there. And at that point, still working our feet, we can do a couple of different things. We can continue that process. As the speed's decaying, the tail's going to want to come down. We can keep squeezing forward, long enough runway, until we run out of forward elevator, at which point the tail's just going to come down softly by itself, and then transition to 3-point. Or we can decide, okay, I'm going to slowly, smoothly, softly transition to 3-point.